Okay, so this is going to be a kind of answer key for this assignment here. We are doing this practice for your different conjugating your different verbs and doing examples of these. We're doing this in class Thursday and Friday, January 21st and 22nd. And then the next class as well, that would be the 25th and 26th. And then the last class, we will finish them up the 28th and 29th. And these will be due on January 29th. So we have taken a few classes to go slowly through these different types of verbs so that you get practice in how to conjugate them. That's the best way to learn how to do these. So you have your subject pronouns here. I'm just going to give you sort of the answers, and I'm going to walk you through my thought process on them a couple of times. So this will be a little bit longer, but it'll give you all the answers for these that you need. So you have yo, tú, él, usted, nosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. You have your different subject pronouns there. You can either add a row or just include them in the same one. And you don't have to keep writing the subject pronouns, but make sure that you keep the verbs with the same subject pronoun. Don't get them mixed up and get confused. Okay, so basic steps of conjugation. You take the ending off, so we take that AR off. The stem that I am left with is COMPR. Then I put the yo ending on the end of it for an AR verb for yo is O. Yo compro. I buy. Same stem, but the tú ending, AS. Tú compras. El, ella, usted compra. A is the el, ella, usted ending, and you put that onto the end of your stem. Nosotros compramos. Amos is the ending for nosotros. And ellos, ellas, ustedes compran. AN is your ending there. And you put that onto COMPR. So that stem stays the exact same through every subject. It's just the ending that changes. Now, all of these are AR verbs, so the endings are going to be the same, and you already have the meanings up here for what they mean in English. So yo, we're going to do trabajar for yo. Again, these are all AR verbs, so the endings are the same. Yo trabajo. Tú trabajas. El, ella, usted trabaja. Nosotros trabajamos. Ellos, ellas, ustedes trabajan. So again, you see the stem is the same through all of these, and the ending is the same as your other AR verbs. The endings are all the same. O, as, a, amos, an. Hablar, yo hablo. Tú hablas. El, ella, usted habla. Nosotros hablamos. Ellos, ellos, ustedes hablan. Necesitar, yo necesito. Tú necesitas. El, ella, usted necesita. Nosotros necesitamos. Ellos, ellos, ustedes necesitan. Mirar, yo miro. Tú miras. El, ella, usted mira. Nosotros miramos. Ellos, ellos, ustedes miran. Now we're going to go to ER. If you want to write your subject pronouns again, you would write them here at the beginning. In those boxes, or you can add a row, but doing them here at the beginning will probably just help you keep everything organized as you do the other verbs. Aprender is to learn. Okay, and so these are ER verbs. And so yo, the ending is always O, so that's going to stay the same. Yo aprendo. Then it's going to be similar to our AR, but the A's are going to change to E's for ER. Tú aprendes, ES. LA, usted aprende, just an E instead of an A. Nosotros aprendemos. So amos instead of amos. Ellos, ellos, ustedes aprenden. So en instead of an. So you can kind of use that as your guide as well. The endings, the word ends the same, but where the ending has an A, it would be an E with ER verbs. But you follow that same process for every verb that you conjugate. Take the ending off, the AR, ER, or IR. The stem stays the same, and then you put the correct ending on based on the subject. I gotta get my formatting right here. All right, leer is to read. Yo, so I take the ER off. This one can be a little bit confusing because there are two E's. So take that final ER off and you're left with LE, and then you just add the ending. So you still have one E left in this word. Yo leo, tú lees. So there's one E, LE, and then I added the ES. Okay, same stem here, LE, and then add an E as your ending. LE, usted lee. Nosotros, LE, and then EMOS. So break it apart that way so that you make sure you spell it correctly. Nosotros leemos, LE, EN is our ending. Ellos, ellos, ustedes leen. That one can get a little confusing because you have the two E's side by side, but just keep your stem, LE, and then add the ending. Comer, we've done this one quite a bit. Comer is to eat. Yo como. Tú comes. LA, usted come. Nosotros comemos. Ellos, ellos, ustedes comen. Correr means to run. You have two R's here, so you just take the ER off and you're left with CORR. Yo ending is O. Yo corro. Tú corres. Ella, usted corre. Nosotros corremos. Ellos, ellos, ustedes corren. So two R's, and then you just add the OSAMOS. Ver means to see. Okay. This one for the yo form is just a little bit different. So you don't actually take the whole ER off. You still have an E left, VE, and then you add the O, yo veo. Then the rest of them are going to follow the normal pattern. So this one's not going to look like leer because you do take the whole ER off and you're just left with a V. But in the yo form, you keep that E on there. So tú ves, usted ve, nosotros vemos, ellos, ustedes ven. Okay, so the rest of them follow the normal pattern. The yo form, you just leave the E. Okay, IR verbs. I am not going to write those subject pronouns again to save time, but you can write them in if you want to. I am going to make sure my formatting is correct. Okay, escribir, IR verbs. Escribir is to write. Take the IR off. I'm left with ESCRIB. No IR. Yo ending is O. Yo escribo. Tú escribes. Usted escribe. Nosotros escribimos. Ellos y ustedes escriben. So same endings as ER, except for the nosotros form. Instead of being EMOS, it's IMOS. But everything else is the same endings. Vivir means to live. Yo vivo. Tú vives. Usted vive. Nosotros vivimos. Ellos y ustedes viven. This one is really important with our family unit. You're going to be using that to talk about where your family lives. Abrir, to open. Yo abro. Tú abres. Usted abre. Nosotros abrimos. Remember, IMOS. Ellos y ustedes abren. The same pattern here. Take the IR off. Stem is the same every time. Discutir is to discuss. Yo discuto. This one's a little bit harder to say. Take the IR off. DISCUT. Tú discutes. Usted discute. Nosotros discutimos. Ellos y ustedes discuten. Sufrir is to suffer. Okay, same pattern. Take the IR off. SUFR. Then put the correct endings on. Yo sufro. Tú sufres. Usted sufre. Nosotros sufrimos. Ellos y ustedes sufren. Okay, so this seems a little monotonous, a little repetitive, right? But I promise it's the best way to learn these, is just to practice. So now you have all of these up here that you can use for your sentences. You know the meanings of those now. Okay. So we're going to translate these using the correct conjugation of the verb. And actually, I need to give you this one. Cantar is to sing. Yo canto. These would be best if you've tried to do them before now. Don't just let me tell you the answers. Try to have already done them, and then you're checking your answers with mine. They work. So we look up here. We learned the word for work. It is trabajar. For they is ellos or ellas. So trabajan. So you can actually use those charts to help you do these sentences. And that's actually a whole sentence. Ellos trabajan. That's a whole sentence right there. Oh, whoops. Don't let it autocorrect you. But sometimes we can add more to the sentence. He dances. We also didn't do this one. Dance is bailar. El bailan. I'm just doing these really quickly because I don't want this video to be crazy long, but make sure you've tried them on your own and make sure you can go up and use those charts to help you conjugate. I watch the house. Yo miro la casa. So you would go up and find the word for watch. Up here, that's mirar. Mirar and ver are a little bit different. So that's mirar. I watch would be yo miro. So again, use those charts to help you. Don't just use my answers. You buy clothes. Tú compras la ropa. You might need my help on some of these extra words, but you buy, tú compras. I learn, yo aprendo. We eat a lot at McDonald's. Nosotros comemos mucho, a lot, in McDonald's. In is at. They don't run. Ellos. We haven't done don't a lot. To make something negative in Spanish, you just add no in front of the verb. Ellos no corren. Correr for they. He reads. Él lee. She sees an elephant. Ella ve un elefante. The students write. So there's a couple different words for students. You can either use los estudiantes or los alumnos, whichever one you want to use. Think of like the word alumni. Los alumnos escriben. The students write. So that one, you've used an actual subject, but the subject corresponds with the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. Los estudiantes, you could substitute that with ellos. So escriben matches that subject. I live, yo vivo. The teacher opens the windows. El maestro is teacher. That one you could substitute with él or ella, depending on if it's male or female teacher. So this is our subject. You could substitute it with a subject pronoun. And that subject pronoun would be the él, ella, usted form of the verb. Open is abrir. So we take abrir. We take off the IR. The él, ella, usted form is an E for an IR verb. So el maestro abre las ventanas. Ventana is window. It says windows, so I make it plural. Many people suffer. Mucha gente. Let's do muchas personas. Muchas personas sufren. Again, personas is that plural, and you're talking about them. So that's ellos or ellas. The principal discusses the rules. El director, or you can use la directora if it's a female principal. Discusses, this is the el, ella, usted form again. Discute, so that's an E ending. Las reglas, the rules. Okay, so again, I might have helped you with some of those extra words there, but make sure you've tried this on your own. Should be las reglas. Make sure you've tried this on your own before you get my answers, but I did want to give this just in case you missed anything. We did do this in class, and class is the best way to learn these. But if that's not working for you, doing the videos is your next best thing. You're probably not going to get it correct and not going to get a good grade or learn if you're not using my videos to do the assignments. Okay, so I did want to provide this in case you do need to fill in any gaps, but coming to class is the best way to do this. I do it together with you in class. So good luck. Hope that was helpful.